back, everybody. Jim Crane with you once again. This time we've got a new product from the Leather Shop up in Seattle, Washington. This is called the Business Briefcase 2. And this briefcase is the second generation of their original business briefcase, which was this model right here. This one was a little bit larger. I think it's still available while they still have a few in stock, but the colors are limited. But this is the original business briefcase. It's got quite a bit of ornamentation on it. This is all solid brass, very heavy duty, extremely well made. They had a zipper on the back of the original. So the updated version is this bag right here. So this bag comes in two different kinds of leather or colors of leather. This is the full grain vegetable tan saddle leather that is in natural. You can also get it in a russet color, a russet brown color. This is the natural. And at first, I know what you're thinking, wow, that is not a very attractive color. And I kind of have to agree with you. I'm not a big fan of the color of natural vegetable tanned leather when it is brand new like this. But what this stuff does over time is just truly amazing. There is no other leather that even comes close to the beauty that this will take on with some sunlight exposure, some hands-on touching your hands, touching it all the time. Just environmental factors will create a patina on this leather that is just second to none. And what I mean by that, first of all, the leather is going to, it starts off kind of stiff like this, okay? But it's going to soften up with time, and you're going to develop some wrinkles on it. The wrinkles aren't going to hurt anything. It doesn't diminish the strength of the leather at all. It's just going to make the bag more beautiful. It's going to give it more character. So this is an exact piece of this leather, and after you've used it for a while, it's going to become a lot softer in your hand. Okay? It's going to take on the oils from your skin wherever you touch it. So you can see a little place here. After a while, the leather becomes darker. So with exposure to a little sunlight, a little more handling, a little more oils from the environment and such, it's going to turn this color after a while, maybe about a year. So it'll turn this kind of light brown saddle tan leather. But this leather, and this is again is an exact same piece of this leather. This leather, that's not where it ends. You keep using this bag and you keep touching it and rubbing it and setting it down here and there and exposure to the elements in the sun. Eventually, that bag is going to end up looking like this. So this is, again, the exact same leather. It started off this color, but this is where this bag is heading, to this beautiful, just wonderful dark cognac color. So you can see on the edges of the bag, the edges are already kind of that color because they've been treated. But this is where this bag is heading. Okay, so just want to give you a heads up. If you don't want to wait the few years for it to turn this beautiful color like that, you can order the russet brown version of this bag right now and start off life that way. But the bag is going to end up in this color at some point in time. Okay, so it is full grain saddle leather, vegetable tanned. The dimensions are 16 inches wide. It is 12.5 inches tall, and it's 5 inches wide, but can expand out to 8 inches. So we've got some gussets here that you can bring it all the way in like this, or you can expand it out. There's some top straps that can be let out as well. I'll show you how that works. Okay. So first of all, the leather shop, whoever engineered the bag, whoever designed it, is just a borderline genius. It is just so well designed. It's the precision of the the cuts and the construction. There is just, there's nothing like it. And in the price range, there are some bags that are just pale by comparison. There are some bags that are made in Mexico that are chrome tanned leather. There are no finishing touches. There are no finished edges on that bag. It is an inexpensive chrome tanned leather that just doesn't age well. It's just, chrome tanned leather just becomes dirty and ugly looking with time. It gets softer, but it doesn't develop a beautiful patina like veg tan. It just kind of gets kind of dirty and shiny. But this bag is just going to become just a thing of beauty with some handling, some abuse, some scuffs on it, scratches, a beautiful patina will develop. Just keep that in mind when you're thinking about, wow, do I like this color right now, which is a very, very pale tan, or do I want something that is like this? But either way, you have your choice, okay? So let's go through the bag. So we've got, what is it made? The thickness of the leather. The straps are 9-ounce leather, okay? And the bag, the body of the bag is 6-ounce leather, okay? The stitching, all of the stitching, which you can see is just super precise. I mean, it's just fantastic. That's all heavy-duty polyester thread, so sunlight's not going to degrade it. Oils from your skin, abuse, it's very abrasion resistant. That thread is going to be there forever. Okay, and then all of the rivets that you see, they're all solid brass. They're all industrial strength rivets. All of the hardware is cast brass throughout the bag, making the bag really, really attractive, a little understated. It's a bit of a departure from the last business brief, which was a little flashier. But let's go through this bag. First of all, we've got a shoulder strap. The shoulder strap is generous. The shoulder strap will go from about 49 inches out to 54 inches. So for me, I can crossbody this bag when it's in its smallest, shortest configuration. So if I wanted to just use this as a shoulder bag, I would have to move this padded shoulder strap up, and I'd probably have to punch a couple more holes through it with a leather punch so I can cinch this up a little, this strap up a little bit more. Because it's generous. It's a big long strap as shoulder straps go. So we've got a shoulder pad on it, nicely stitched. It's also the vegetable tanned leather. But on this side, we've got this really thick felt that has been stitched on. It's a nice thickness of felt, and that holds it onto your shoulder. And that's almost indestructible. That's like a military grade felt. It's just a really nice, it's not craft store felt, it's for luggage. Again, we have the nice heavy duty brass hardware. We've got brass keepers, which is a really nice touch. We've got brass keepers on the closing straps as well, so that's really nice. And this is, of course, my favorite kind of carry, which is what I call a mailbag carry. So we've got D-rings that are attached to the back of the bag on the spine, which is absolutely wonderful for carrying the bag because it keeps the bag close to your body. The bag doesn't want to swing out from your body. So when you lift the bag, it kind of comes in like that and hugs you. And no, this is not going to wear into your, some people have said, well, is that going to wear into your thigh or your hip? No, it's just going to, your body's just going to hug it, caress it right here. So it's not going to hurt at all, okay? We've got, the shoulder strap is connected to the snap with this big heavy-duty piece of leather that is folded over and then riveted on. And these are really heavy-duty industrial strength rivets that are throughout this bag. So you can attach it there. They have also put in attachments on the side gusset. If you want to do it that way, the bag would have to be expanded out to pull that ring out, but it can be attached there. But once you get used to carrying it from these back rings, you're going to probably always want to carry it that way. So the attachment leather for this D-ring is riveted on. It runs through a punch out and then goes onto the inside of this piece and then is riveted. So it's a really nice, clean look to that. It's not just like a big piece of, like a big leather sandwich sticking out here. That's a really nicely engineered, nicely designed detail. So on the back, we've got a nice, generous magazine pocket. The magazine pocket can be secured with a heavy-duty snap, and then you have this, all of this area in here. You can leave the closure in there if you want quick access to this all the time. This edge here is a turned piece of leather, so it's not a raw edge. It's actually a piece that's been turned over and then double stitched, as you can see. So that's a nice detail as well. The inside of the bag here, this piece of leather is the top surface. It's not a suede side, it's a top surface. So it's got a really nice feel as you put your hand in there and retrieve items. So that's also a nice touch. The details on the bag, like this says made in the USA here, this is kind of eventually what the color of the bag is going to turn into, so that is going to fade with time. So just be aware of that. We've got the straps that secure the bag. They run around the bag and underneath, and they're secured by these little strap keepers here that are riveted on. They hold that strap in place. They probably provide a little bit of protection from the bottom of it like this. The gusset is, this is one piece of leather here. It looks like it might be two pieces, but this is a one-piece gusset here. And then, so the gusset is three pieces altogether. It's this piece. We've got a piece here that is double stitched together, and then we have this piece. So this is one piece of leather, okay? And then the edges are protected with this extra piece of leather that has been stitched on and riveted on with these heavy-duty rivets again. So that's going to protect these edges. And these are the places that always get the most abuse when you set them down on the train or on the bus or in your car or wherever. So that's going to protect these edges, okay? So let's get into the bag. So we'll open it. Roller buckles, they're heavy-duty roller buckles. Okay. So inside we have, you can see right off there are two pockets, and these pockets are on the inside of this piece of leather here. We've got the Moose logo there, which is nicely concealed under the flap for those people who don't like to display logos on their leather goods. We've got an adjustable straps here. So you can, and these are roller buckles as well, so you can simply let this out all the way if you needed to expand this gusset out because you were just going to load it up with stuff, okay? So, and then the straps, the closure straps are also adjustable so you can let out some more room on the bottom, okay? So those are adjustable, nice touch. Are you going to use it? I don't know. Some people do carry a lot of stuff. Again, brass keepers for the extra leather. Nice heavy-duty piece of leather for that strap. Beautiful construction. Okay. Every stitch line, which is secured with a brass rivet, that's kind of a hallmark of the leather shop there. They started this. Other people have kind of followed this after taking kind of looking at what the leather shop does. It's just a very nice, super secure way to end a stitch run, and they've been doing it for a long time. They've been doing it, I think, since the very first bag. So on the top of the bag, we've got these pieces of leather that are wrapped over the edge. Every stress point is riveted, okay? So you don't have to worry about pieces coming undone. So again, this is just one piece of leather. There is the D-ring on the side. I would use it to hold my keys, and so this is a nifty little magnetic brass key ring that I found on Etsy. So that's pretty cool. You can just hang your keys there. There's also one on the other side, so if you're right-handed or left-handed or carry your bag over your right shoulder or left shoulder, it doesn't matter, you can use it. Okay? All of the edges on the bag, with the exception of this edge, are turned over and stitched. So we don't have any raw edges on the inside. Every one of these edges has been turned and stitched, so we get a really nice clean look. So the interior of the bag is very much like the heirloom bag. If you're familiar with the heirloom bag, we have some pockets in here that are tucked under and riveted. So it just gives you a very beautiful finish. We've got these two big pockets here that are, you can stick your wallet, you can stick your agenda, you can stick your cell phone. We've got a pocket on the back for your iPad or a MacBook. You can stick a 13-inch MacBook in there. You've got a slot here if you wanted to put your laptop, so you can put a wider laptop in there. That's just one big open place. And then the front gusset, we've got the 4 pockets plus the space down below. So lots of room, lots of organization in there. There's an attached key lanyard in there, which you can remove and take your keys with you. Okay, and there's a D-ring in there to secure it to when you are traveling. Nice touch again. All of the leather in the bag, it's not lined with any kind of acetate or nylon. It is all leather. So, and it's all veg-tanned leather, all the saddle leather. So beautiful, beautiful interior. You can see the flap. We don't have any suede. It's just this really nice, firm, finished leather. Here are the anchor points for the strap keepers, and the strap keepers are tucked in underneath the leather, and then we've got another piece sandwiched on the back, so it's a very clean, aesthetically pleasing way, very secure way to attach that keeper instead of just putting a piece of leather right here and putting 2 rivets through it, which would be rather crude, and there are a lot of bags that are made that way, but not the leather shop. So again, we've got another sandwiched piece here with all the rivets for the top handle. And the top handle is made from 2 pieces of leather, and they both wrap around these D-rings. There's an inner piece and then this outer piece that wraps around it, which is stitched and then riveted. So we've got a nice secure handle, heavy-duty brass D-rings. They just do everything first class at the leather shop. They don't do anything that is second in quality or just to make something cheaply and get it out to the mass market. These are individually handmade, handcrafted. They use a lot of high technology. They use computers, they use laser cutters, but it is just, in my opinion, the perfect marriage of high technology and old world craftsmanship that goes into making one of these absolutely gorgeous bags. So if you want a bag that is going to age with you through time, you want something that is super high quality, you want something that is reasonably priced for what you're going to get, the leather shop is the way to go. There really is no other comparison to the quality of this bag and what it will eventually turn into. So just a gorgeous bag, beautifully stitched, beautiful details. It's just absolutely fantastic. I don't know if I'm going to be able to send this one back to Ken at the leather shop, or I might have to purchase this bag myself and keep it. It's just that gorgeous. It's just a beautiful, beautiful bag. So if you're interested, the link will be down below for the leather shop, and we will see you in an upcoming video of a new bag review. Thanks for watching, everybody. Bye-bye.